Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakak. And I want to say Shalom to Yaakov and Aquat out there, pursuing this truth diligently. Coming at you once again with another lesson. And this is a little shorter one. It's something that I saw on, I believe it was Threads. If I could get it full screen. Yeah, on Threads. And I didn't save the video because the video was just kind of weird and awkward to watch. But I'm sure you could go and find it out there if you were, so inclined to do so. But the video, I can explain it and you can get everything from it because it was nothing really to behold. But you can see it says, mother meets her deceased daughter through VR technology. And I guess this is something that they're working on, right? And it's been, stuff like this has been in the works since a while at least. I remember maybe 2 or 3 years ago, brothers were talking about, there was I think they were using AI or something like that to try to bring back deceased relatives. You could talk to them again. I know there's been more stuff on that about like cloning people's voices and I don't know, pictures and shit. It's some weird shit, and really what it is, it's modern day necromancy, right? And that's what the lesson's about today. So it says, mother meets her deceased daughter through VR technology, and you can see they modeled her. And if you watch the video, let me roll up the window here. If you watch the video, it's creepy as shit, man. A little girl runs up and she's like, "Did you miss me, mommy?" And all this different type, shit like that. And then they're like, "Can we hug, mommy?" All this, it's weird. It's weird, and it's really a form of necromancy, right? Because you're modeling it after that child. You're probably using the voice of that child, and you're using all these AI and these different things, and it's not natural, man. It's not something that you should really be doing. And I understand that people grieve. But it's weird, man, and it's not normal. It's not a normal situation, and really, I believe, if we had years, all right, to continue here, this type of situation is going to bring forth like severe mental fuckery. Okay, with these people that are they're gonna come very attached to something that's not really even their daughter, and it's just dangerous. It's like something from out of Black Mirror, man. If you get these people addicted to this, and now they got their daughter back, and now you can start charging more and more money, and if they don't pay this money, they're basically going to lose their artificial version of their loved one, which is fucking crazy. I didn't watch a whole lot of Black Mirror. I watched a couple of them. I believe my wife watched it a little bit more than I did, and she was telling me there was one about like I don't know if it could have been something other than Black Mirror, but it sounds like something from Black Mirror where like he had to pay a subscription plan for his wife or something like that to keep in. There's like ads and stuff, and he had to keep on paying. Basically, and the guy kept doing it because of course you want your loved one, right? And it's just it's predatory, man. It's predatory behavior, and I know they're going to use this with that. They're 100% going to use it for shit like that. Oh, if you want to keep on talking to little Annie, you got to pay $10 a month or some shit. And again, it's witchcraft, man. It's witchcraft. You're using that person's voice. You're using all this weird technology. And again, a lot of people think witchcraft is like summoning dragons and spells and shit like that. No, there's multiple forms of witchcraft, right? And this is a form of that. So the thread said, this video made me tear up. Praying for everyone who's lost a loved one. Will this make her heal or just add more pain? The full fix. And I don't even know why they edited the word. You can't even say the word pain. They had to edit the word pain. And again, if you want to look it up, you can go look it up. But it's kind of a hard watch. It's really like uncomfortable. All right, it's like a looking glass into something that you really shouldn't even be looking at. It's a grieving mother, and it just makes you feel dirty. So I didn't really want to play the video, and so I just screenshotted it. And, yeah, man. And so we got a couple comments here. It says, thanks for trying out our new depressing game. That'll be $50. And, that's the type of shit that Esau does, right? It's all full. It's all full of lies and robbery, or the prey departeth not. And society, again, this is the type of shit that they'll get you hooked on, man. And it's not normal. It's not natural. So this is, let me go back and let's see if somebody I felt like it. Here it is. I liked it. Desert Storm PL says, modern necromancy. I would never do this to myself. So it shows you people even out in the world know. This is necromancy. Alright, and what is necromancy? Necromancy is bringing things back from the dead. Necromancy, bringing people back from the dead. Right? Necromancy, it's not always. It says, necromancy is the practice of communicating with the dead, typically through summoning their spirits to foretell the future or uncover hidden knowledge, which is, like, yeah, there it is. Derived from the Greek words necros and mantia. Necros, mantia. Mantia means divination, so divination through the dead. And you're not supposed to be a diviner, all right? You're not supposed to be practicing divination. Now, a lot of people think that some of the things that some of the brothers do is divination. It's not. Like, some people think that casting a lot is divination, and it's not. Some people say gematria is divination, and it's not. Again, all those things are guided through Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, so they're a bit different, all right? They can be confusing, okay? But it's different. It's the same thing with, like, curses. Well, biblically, there are curses through witchcraft, but there's also cursing in the name of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, like Elijah did, right? With drawing those 2 bears down, right? Or, the 2 she-bears that tore 40 and 2 children. So there's just different things, all right? There's just different rules, and there's a left way to do it, and there's a right way. There's things on the right side, and there's things on the left side, okay? Like, you can burn sage through Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai.
Reported ahead in a quarter mile.
It's like it.
You're still on the fastest route.
There's things on the left and there's things on the right, like burning sage, right? Through Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, to get demons, and spirits, weird spirits out. But also, you got to realize that on the left-hand side, they use that shit for something completely different, right? So there's plenty of good things that can be turned wicked, all right? So that's what they do. But it's modern necromancy, all right? And that's what it is. So that brings us to our first scripture, Leviticus 19 in verse 31. And it reads, regard not them that have familiar spirits, neither seek after wizards to be defiled with them. I am the Lord your power. And you have a lot of people that do these different types of things. This is just one version of that. People go and do their palm readings. People go and get their tarot cards read. What's another one? Using Ouija boards and shit. I'm trying to think. Psychics. All right, they go to those, oracle type individuals, those spirit, they say they can commune with spirits. They rub their hands on the crystal ball, that Santa Maria, all right, as they call it. All that different type of weird shit, all right. Burning those strange fires and shit, voodoo, hoodoo, all those different types of things. Our people are involved with all those different types of things. I'd say the most popular ones that you see out there is the palm reading and the tarot cards, man. All right, those tarot cards are everywhere. I go to a record store. I was actually just at that record store today. I didn't see any because I don't go looking for them. But a lot of time, they sell tarot cards there, all right, in their little, like, nuance section, because, like, these young girls, they're into records and all these different things. So they sell things that can, it's not just a regular record store. It's, a record store and pop culture shit. So anything that's popular. All right, and, well, they're selling tarot cards, so that must be pretty popular right now. When I went to the Renaissance Fair, there's always, always tarot cards, all right? You go to Spencer's, all right, and there's tarot cards, all right? I was going to say Hot Topic, but I didn't see any there. But you go to Spencer's, all right? I think the other day at Target, they even had, they did, I think. Or, no, it might have been Barnes & Noble. One of them had tarot cards, all right? And tarot cards is a form of divination, okay? So let me get this same scripture, Leviticus 19:31. Let me get it in the NIV's fine. That's another thing. That's another word that they call mediums, okay? Do not turn to mediums or seek out spiritists, for you will be defiled for them. I am the Lord your power. You try to go to these people that align your chakras and all this shit. It's weird, man. You're not supposed to be doing it. It's wicked. And they're not coming on the right, the right-hand side, right? They're not, because there are brothers and sisters out there that can tell, a little bit more. They might be more, there might be, like, clairvoyance, right? Clairvoyant. Clairvoyant, which means a person who claims to have supernatural ability to perceive events, objects, or people that are hidden in far away time and space. That shit's bugged out. But there are people that are very clairvoyant, right? They can perceive people, objects, and events and different shit like that, right? And I've seen it happen, and I've seen it mostly with women, actually, believe it or not. So, and there's people that I know in my life that can do that are in this truth. I'm not going to necessarily name names, but they know they can read people real well and call things out and get flashes of shit before it happens. And yeah, man, it can happen. And that's the thing. It's Jake, right? It's like that in The Shining, right? The Jake man, he says they call it The Shining, all right? When you can see things that are not there. Now, of course, you're going to have white people that go through the apparitions and they see some shit like demons and shit that's really like fucking with their mind. But Jake, all right, we don't have the full spiritual power right now, but there's certain Jake out there that have like a little touch of it, right? They can, they have that a little bit of clairvoyance. They can perceive events, right? Different things with objects, because objects can hold, negative energy on it, all right? Everything's energy, all right? That's what you got to realize. It sounds crazy, but everything is energy. That's one of the reasons we're not supposed to be wearing garments of mixed fabric, all right? Now, of course, we have grace through Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. We can't be perfect with it because almost all garments are mixed fabric. But they actually looked into it, and they found out that cotton garments vibrate on a higher frequency than the living human body. And I believe they say wool does as well. Cotton, like pure cotton, is exponentially above. Wool is slightly above. And then there's certain things or wool might have been at the exact same frequency of a living body. But they found that polyester and synthetic materials and mixed fabrics actually vibrate on a lower than living body frequency, which means it's the equivalent to a dead body, okay? So, and you don't want to put that on your flesh, but that's what we're walking around in. So it's things like that the Lord has these scriptures. Well, why shouldn't we wear garments? That sounds like just arbitrary rules. Well, there's reasons for it, right? But if you try to tell people that, they'll look at you like you're fucking crazy. Oh, energy is spirit. No, again, the people on the left-hand side, they use, aligning your chakras and Buddhism, all this weird shit. They're bugged out. They're crazy. But on the right-hand side, yes, there are things carry energy, man. All right? Things carry energy. And really, if you're deep in this truth, you should be able to pick up on it to at least some extent about, I don't know if you ever go to thrift stores, there's certain things that you just feel that the person that had it something was not right with them, right? There's like a real fucking negative vibe, a real negative energy on certain objects. You can tell just something's not right. Certain buildings that you go into, right? There's just something not fucking right with them. You don't know if something happened there or if something's going to happen there, but there's just a bad fucking feeling, right? And there's something that me and my wife both touched into. Now, this could happen or could not happen. Again, I'm not prophesying that it's going to happen, but they're building the Hard Rock Casino here in Vegas. And both me and my wife both had the feeling, it's not built yet, they're still building it, but we both have a bad feeling about it. I don't know what it is, she doesn't know what it is, we don't know what it is, but we both came to the same conclusion. I don't remember who said it first. I think she said it first. I said, I thought that too. I thought that something real bad was going to happen. I don't know if it's a mass shooting, or she said maybe like part of the building's going to crumble, maybe something bad. People are going to die there, okay? Now, again, it may happen, it may not happen at the end of the day, but there's something there that's not right. There's some weird fucking energy there that's just not right, and it's hard to really tell what it is, but I wouldn't be surprised if something happens, man. I wouldn't be surprised if something happens, right? And you've got to learn to tap into that intuition, man. Tap into that intuition, all right? Especially if you got a wife that's in this truth. Sometimes these women, mind you, these women sometimes they have a tap into that, that spiritual connection. They're not good with the scriptures and stuff like that, but they might be a little bit clairvoyant with certain things, all right? I've seen it with my wife, for example, and, what is the word? It solidifies things that you already thought, all right? There were several times that there was this gas station that me and her would go to, and there was just certain nights where we would both get a bad feeling. Dude, don't go there, all right? We'd go any other night. Sometimes we'd run out at like 2 a.m., right? Because it was just right down the street. Something, you want a candy bar or something at 2 a.m. This was years ago. You want a candy bar or a soda or something. You'd run out right down the street, not even 2 minutes away, go run in. There were certain nights where we just got the feeling, just don't do it. And we got that feeling maybe 3 or 4 times, and that gas station was robbed about 3 or 4 different times at gunpoint, right? Now, there's no way we can prove it, but I wholeheartedly believe that those were the nights, all right, that happened. She believes it too, because it just, that's not just a feeling you don't get. Now, there's a saying that Jake has. I saw it. It said, when you get that feeling that you need to leave before the devil shows up. All right? That's the saying that Jake had. I saw a video on it a while back. When you get the feeling that the devil's coming, you need to leave before he shows up, right? And to say, and it's change that out with the devil, because the devil's really so-called white man, Esau, when you feel like demons are coming, some strange spirits are on the rise and coming, you need to get the fuck out. If you're at a place and it doesn't have the weird vibe there, then all of a sudden there's a tone switch, and you feel something, you need to get the fuck out and leave. All right, get the fuck out and dodge, as Jake said. You need to get out and leave, okay? Because your body, your spirit, it's not even your body. Fuck the body. It's a spirit, okay? That's Yahweh Shemi Shai telling you need to get out from around there, or you don't need to go around there. You need to leave. Or certain objects, man. Don't be taking that object. Don't bring that home with you. There's shit. And, of course, you can pray over it, but there's certain things that are just better off not having. And, again, it's going to sound crazy. It's going to sound bugged out, but brothers will agree with me, right? Brothers will agree with me, and sisters as well. Because there's shit out there that, look, there's spirits on shit, man. You know how spirits can get on people? Well, people that have items, clothes and shit at thrift stores, they have real demonic fucking weird energy on them. You don't want that in your house, man. You don't want that around you. It has a vibration on it, okay? And there's things that have vibrations on it. And you go to these people, and they have weird fucking spirits on them, and you're going around their places, going to these fucking diviners, all right, or these mediums, all right, going to these fucking places that have, claim they can talk to the dead. And a lot of those fucking psychics and shit, they do that. You go to these places and they'll claim they can speak. I'll consult with your long-lost family members and I'll bring them a story. That's weird shit, man. That's weird shit, and you're not really contacting, the Lord controls all right? They're not contacting your family. They're bringing in fucking demons, man. They're bringing in demons. It's like Pet Cemetery. Right, where they come back, but they're just not quite right. It's because that's not them, man. That's not them. You're talking with demons and shit. Consulting with demons. Bringing demons on you. You don't want to do that. So anyway, Leviticus 19:31 again, NIV. Do not turn to mediums or seek out spiritists, for you will be defiled by them. I am the Lord your power. If you need something, you need to turn to the Lord. That's why gematria, all right, that's based off the Hebrew. Nothing wrong with that. That's why casting lots, you're asking Yahweh Shemi Shai. Nothing wrong with that. That's why putting a curse on your enemy in Hebrew, asking in the name of the Lord, that's doing it to the Lord. Nothing wrong with that. You start going to these people, they aren't calling upon the Lord. They aren't calling upon Yahweh Shemi Shai. They're rubbing crystal balls and fucking doing that Santa Maria, right? To pronounce it correctly, just Santa Maria, but no, they call it Santa Maria, right? All that different types of shit, and that fucking hoodoo and voodoo and chicken bones and all this different weird fucking shit, right? You're bringing demons on you. So, and going back to the video at hand, that's not your little girl, man. That's not. It's not your little girl. She's dead, man. I hate to say it, and it's sad. It is sad that you've lost, a loved one like that. And I feel for you, but like that's not it, man. That's not them. That's not them. Like using AI and stuff, that's not them. Okay, AI can be used for good stuff, but really it's not demonic to use. Again, there's a left and a right, but that's really spirits, right? As the apostle said, that's spirits, man, that you're dealing with. So yeah, and you know that's what a medium is. Matter of fact, let's look up what is a medium. What is a medium? A person who acts as an intermediary between the living and the deceased. Okay, so a medium, someone who can talk to the dead. Don't fuck with that shit, man. You're not, you're living. You're not supposed to be having communications with the dead. Right? Leviticus 20:6. Excuse me. It says, and the soul that turneth after such as have familiar spirits, and after wizards to go whoring after them, I will even set my face against that soul, and will cut him off from among his people. It's pretty plain, but let's get it in the NIV. I will set against my face anyone who turns to mediums and spiritists to prostitute themselves by following them, and I will cut them off from their people. You're going to be put to death for doing that, man. It's wicked. You're not supposed to be doing it. All right, and I get it, you're grieving, but fucking look at some pictures, look at some photos. If you don't have any photos, that's sad, but like, sit down and close your eyes and try to remember memories of them, man. Really, you're not supposed to be grieving that hard for that long anyway. I think, what is it, a period of, what is it, it's not just a week, is it? I think it's a little bit longer. Let me see. Ancient Israelite grieving time frame. I want to say it's 7 months. I don't think it's 7 weeks. It's something. 7. It is a week. The ancient Israel tradition, the standard private grieving time was 7 days. Okay? Observed immediately after burial. For prominent figures or national leaders such as Moses or Aaron, the community observed a more intense 30-day period of weeping and mourning. So really, at the end of the day, the most you would get is just 30 days. All right? A month. So really 7, but up to a month. If it was like a prominent figure or a national leader, right? But and you can't put a time frame on grief. Well, you can, all right? Because after that, it becomes unhealthy, and that's why the Lord has all these laws and these rules. Because you grieve for a week, that's fine. If you're grieving for 7 years, that's unhealthy, man. All right, and your family wouldn't even want you to do that anyway. If I died, hell, Lord willing, I won't want my wife to grieve for 7 fucking years. That's a long fucking time. I mean, you gotta, I don't want you to be sad. I want you to live your life. So, your family members wouldn't even want you to grieve for 7 years, 7 months. Okay, of course they don't want to be forgotten. Of course, but that's grieving. All right, of course you're gonna remember them for your whole life, man. All right, but you're not gonna. I mean, my cat died years ago, and I still think about my cat, and that's a cat. But I don't grieve over him like that. Sometimes I get a little sad, right, thinking about him and the cute shit that he did, because he was a cute ass little cat. But it's not grieving. I'm not crying over it, right? So it's just, again, man. And that's really what we got. So just a little shorter lesson. I don't even know how long we went. But the fact of the matter is that, look, you got Yahweh Shemel Shai. Enjoy your time that you had with these individuals. I mean, you're going to see them again in the kingdom, right? But you shouldn't go and try to do any of this weird stuff. It's just not right. It's not moving in the right way, man. Like the scriptures say, let's go and get that and we'll close out. And this is 1 Corinthians 14:40. It says, let all things be done decently and in order. And moving like this, it's not decent and it's not in order, man. So that's where I close out. Lord willing, it was edifying. Again, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Shem Yahweh Shai, Shem Rakak Badash. Shalom to brothers and sisters out there. Keep enduring, keep the faith. We're almost out of here. Until the next one, Lord willing. Shalom.